Alrighty. Here we go. These little free bundles that come with the game. Alrighty. I want that one.
Hi.
Hi.
This girl started talking to me and I didn't know who she was, but I thought I'd just talk to her anyway, but I still have no fucking idea who she is. But I'm just a nice person.
Well, that's good. I'm gonna go on a quick little adventure. What happened to my sheep?
To your what?
I had a sheep in the house here. I just don't know what happened to him. My little goaty dude. Oh, I have to wait.
Your keeper's still there?
Well, the keeper's here, but I had a little like blue sheep in here. The snow guy. Yeah.
Sheep?
Yeah, I had a sheep. One of the longhorn guys. Yeah, I have no idea where he went. Oh well. I'll try and get another one. Maybe it's starved to death or something. I don't know that they do that, but
A sheep? A sheep.
Yep. He snored.
She had a sheep?
I had a sheep.
This game has sheep?
It has sheep.
Bah.
Yeah. Did that too.
Where?
Maybe they starved to death or something, I don't know.
No, they don't starve. Okay. I have not seen a sheep.
Alrighty.
Maybe it's under the house?
Well, I didn't set it to wander, but I'll take a look.
I hate this game right now.
Oh? The building?
Yeah. Place one block down, out of nowhere, 2 blocks appear. Yeah, if you want to move, you don't have to. But this is your side. Your side's pretty much done. The roof just needs to get done. And then it's finished.
I think it's just a nighttime one, but I just want to... Yeah, he's not interested.
Are you trying to tame it?
Well, I just wanted to see if, I have this, snow thing that you can fling at them. It's supposed to slow them down. I just wanted to see if it actually worked, because normally at night they,
Did you go shopping as well?
No, yeah, there it is. When you go, to the ice mountains, you'll find these little clusters of ice, and then when you take them to the refineries, you can, use it to make, their little ice cubes. And you can fling them at people, at things. Oh, okay, there it is. Oh. I need to attack it. It's a little bit weird. Like some of the controls are a little bit weird.
This is Jen's house.
Is it?
That's Jen's. This side. This side. This half.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you want it.
You know, that's fine. I'll probably fill it eventually. I just want to get this ice attack thing down so I know what I'm. Yeah. Okay.
I put. There are Lumite mining cells. I made 4 of these today.
Okay.
In that top chest where the armor was. Whenever I go on the internet, my anti-malware Windows Defender service likes to turn itself on, and it really inhibits my ability to play video games. Which is probably an incentive to just get a job, but
I love how they give you so many books on the stupid stone path thing.
you what?
Oh, you know how when you go out and sometimes you get the treasure chests?
Mm-hmm.
And you get like a million of these stone path books?
Yeah.
And you're like, do I really need that many?
I brought fireworks.
I
Oh, that's what I need. I need to make a checkpoint. Can't believe you ran right past my fireworks, Jim.
Was I supposed to watch? Okay.
Well, I mean, you could try and click them. I mean, not busy.
Do you want me to click them for you?
When you're not busy, are you busy?
No.
Okay. Goodbye.
Just randomly click them all, or?
Mhm. Are you looking up?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they make any noises for you?
No. It just hisses when you turn them off or turn them on.
Oh.
I would try it again at night, because it might be brighter.
Oh, I got like 90 of them.
So is this jungle thing like a new feature, or is that just like further down the map?
Further down. That's once you get go into the jungle and you collect jungle wood, wildwood and leaves and stuff. It unlocks.
Okay. I thought my animals were in harvestable mode. Nope.
So we're doing a live stream this morning, and if you did raffle R50, your name might have been drawn and you could have won prize.
Okay. Probably not, though. I haven't really spent much money on here. If any. That kind of thing usually puts your name in the raffle more often. I imagine.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the hole that I made.
Yeah, I thought this was new. I'm like running along and like
to collect the dirt for building up the area.
oh yeah. Leveled it up.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a hole to get stuck in though.
Do you like what I've done with the place?
It looks nice.
I turned on fire spread and I put lava in those trees by your obsidian place, and yeah, they're all gone. I was thinking, don't put it down, don't put it down, don't put it down.
I've got a new sheep.
Oh, that's what you meant by sheep. Yeah, no, I haven't seen any of those.
He wasn't too bad to tame though, so. Last time he kicked my ass and I had to go back twice. Well, it's the thing is, there's a certain attack that some of these guys do where it stops you in the middle of taming them. They all seem to give you different things, so I was like, if I get at least one or two of certain items or certain creatures, and feeding them is actually pretty easy, so.
So what time is it for you right now?
It's like 2. What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
Game time, it's 2:42.
Well, what about real life?
It's 2.
Okay. Okay. So are you streaming right now?
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, I advertised for it on our channel, and then I did it on Penny's channel.
had no idea. I had no idea he was streaming.
That's funny. You know. It wasn't too bad this time. Like, last time I tried to stream on here, on this game, it just, it didn't show up right away, because OBS is kind of finicky. And I have to check regularly to make sure that it's actually working. So this is kind of a test run on this one. This version of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if I advertise for this game, they'll give me free stuff, you know? Kidding.
I mean, it could happen. They're like, Jim, we really appreciate your playstyle. Here's some money.
Here's some free stuff that you can use to experiment and advertise that we can then try to sell to other people.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a bad game. I mean, the graphics are pretty good. I mean, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some elements that I think they could improve on. Like, the building could be a little bit better. But I mean, that could also just be trial and error on my part. Because there's other pieces that you can get. I just I'm struggling with the roofs whenever I do the roofs. Like, there's only really the two roofs that you can do, which is the box or like the triangle. But it's still, I don't know. It's not like this game has been out for a super long time. So who knows?
Yeah. Is anyone watching?
That I don't know. That's kind of one of the things is, no. It's gonna take a while before I get an audience. But it seems to look good. It's really hard to gauge what time to play games on streaming. You know, like, I kind of thought it would be good to try to hit the afternoon so you get the kids coming home. And then certain periods of the night. But when it comes to that, it's really hard to narrow down like the global set time, because like between you and I, like we're kind of on the same time zone, even though like you're experiencing summer and I'm experiencing winter. But it's like anywhere that you can try to gear where you can get some like some people from the UK and some people from the US, like there's really no medium ground. Or at least it's really hard to narrow it down.
Yeah.
Regular stones. Here.
I'm not feeling very sassy today. So yeah, if people know me and they watch, they're gonna be like, "Who's this guy? This isn't Morgan. This isn't Harry Morgs. What's happening?"
Yeah, me, I'm just, I don't know, I had weird sleep last night, so I'm like, I'm awake. And then this morning I kept waking myself up because I've got the sound of my phone alarm in my head. So I kept thinking I was hearing it, and I'm like, no, there's nothing. There's nothing there. It's all in my head. Like, that's the perfect alarm, you know? You don't even need to have it go off. It just goes off automatically when you're sleeping in your head.
Yeah.
I didn't think I had. Pretty sure I've been here before. Alright.
When I was running around yesterday, I found this giant tree.
Okay. Was it a different wood, or?
No, just the giant alder tree. Like the tall thin ones you see in the frost area. But it was like thick and wide and tall at the same time.
Aha. Lots of stuff I need extractors for. You attack something and its bag disappears. Before I get lost again. The story of my life in this game, getting lost.
Pardon?
I get lost in this game quite frequently. Like,
Okay.
and then you realize that I'm just going around in circles or something.
Oh yeah.
Poor little sheep dude is trying to follow me too. I'm like, oh, poor guy.
Hmm. I need a cup of tea. I'm gonna go make one. I'm also gonna clean. Yeah, I'm gonna clean my cup. And I'll be back.
Oh, sure. Here you go, buddy. You can do it. Yeah, I got a sheep. So weird. Well, he gave me lots of food. Oh, you definitely know what kind of game you're playing when you decided about.
I'm gonna make a whole bunch of teleporter pads.
Okay.
Because the two we have now just aren't cutting the mustard.
Dropping stuff off my desk. Just so I could be like, what? If you ever need blue dye for anything, I've got tons.
Pardon?
If you ever need blue dye for anything, I've got tons.
Ah, okay. Hello?
Neither one of you are Loki, right?
Nope.
You're not aware of that?
Is there a live streaming channel for us then? Could you make one?
There is one.
Where?
In the gaming server. It's even named Jen's Children's Corner. Because she wanted to be family friendly.
Alright.
So you're telling us that we have to leave?
Nope.
Okay.
You do aware, well, Jen said she wanted to do family friendly live streaming. So being in the voice stream where people come in and scream and yell at each other with profanities, probably not going to accomplish that goal for you. No, you don't think so?
I don't know.
Jen?
Well, we probably would have moved if that was what was going on, but there was no one in here.
No, people jump in and do that all the time.
Well,
that was my point. Right, I'm saying if you're trying to do that, they're not going to wait and find out. They're very inconsiderate. But I came in here to ask Hero why he didn't thank me for my picture.
What picture?
I made that picture just for you.
Where?
In general chat.
Oh, thanks, it's pretty.
I tagged you and everything. Ungrateful.
Yeah, but I didn't get a ping.
You should have.
I turned all the pings off.
Why? You can turn off like the everyone in here mentions and leave the ones on that are direct mentions. So then you know when someone's talking directly to you, but ignore everything else.
I'll see what I can do. Have you seen the Christmas leafies?
Not yet, no. Just keeping an eye out for one, though.
If you go northeast from home, There's some. There's actually 2.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for them because I might see if I can tame them or something.
Is there a biome you want me to put a teleporter in?
Nothing in particular. I mean, I haven't gotten that far on this game yet. Like, I think I've pretty much explored the top corner of it.
Because I've made 12. There's 6 teleporters in the bungalow. And I've got 6 in my inventory. Great, my Lumite sword is now broken. And I'm just using if I can step.
Definitely how this game goes. It's like, oh, you've got a better sword, but it's still gonna break. Are they lasting at least longer than the other ones were? Or?
I don't know. I brought the $12 welcome bundle. Yeah. Do you know what the when you see the arc stone on the radar bleeping? Do you know what that means?
Not at all.
It's just meaning that there's a keeper nearby.
Okay. You basically just hunt those down, or I tamed one. But
Well, the bigger it is on the radar, the closer you are to it. Have you been to one of the corners yet?
I think I have, but it was over in the like the desert kind of biome thingy, top corner.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it takes a while for the background to load in. I just see your character in the background, like floating in midair. I'm like, oh, he's building.
The middle teleporter on your side of the bungalow takes you to that big tree that I was talking about.
Okay.
Oh, there's mineral water under the dirt.
Okay.
It works just as well.
Funny, my sheep in the game snores.
Pardon?
The sheep I got snores.
Oh, okay.
You can hear him outside the building when he does it. So like all of a sudden you're just running around like, what the hell is that noise? So like it'll do this little bah and then it's like At the very least, my streams will put little kids to sleep. The music is so soothing on here. It's just like...
Okay. Nothing.
Oh, well, that'll be interesting. Yeah, I had one of the guys who watches my stream in the chat, but it doesn't show up when I play the game, so like I have no idea that he was even there. He's like, "Why are you ignoring me? I'm not."
Yeah. If you go through the middle portal on your side, Jean, you'll see the big tree, and you'll see the pixies with horns,
Okay.
and the little mice with flames on their tails. And the one closest to your doors goes to a swamp / jungle.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I'll have to try one out. Yeah, my little goatee friend, he gives you fur and molasses. So now I have gingerbread.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you some. Like, it's not just for feeding the pets. Like, if you eat the food, it temporarily gives you a little bit more health. Like I think the highest one was the stew gave me an extra 15 minutes, and it's like an extra 200 health to your bar. So I got to explore and see what other ingredients there are out there. Cause like if you've got food that'll give you like an extra 500 health or something. this gardening, man. I just wanted to get some more of the horn melons because those look kind of cool. I want to see what kind of stuff I can get out of that because I know there's a pie feature, and I imagine that's probably going to be a huge health boost. So. I swear to God, these fields remind me of strips of bacon. Every time I see them, they look like bacon bits.
Yeah.
See if oh, of course I'm growing weed, Kronos. Sorry, I have to keep popping back in to see if you're chatting. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to get my my YouTube chat to pop up when I'm doing this, but yeah, I'm almost running out on on this iron blaster, but I'm gonna see his opinion. Do you think it looks like bacon to you? Here, I'll show you. See, like, cowbell. I can't even do it. See, that looks like bacon to me. I don't know. Maybe I am crazy. And I have a cowbell. Do you ever accidentally press I on here, Morgs?
Chris what?
Can you use the keyboard?
Oh, to take a photo? Yeah. All the time.
Oh, is that what it's doing? Okay, I was just like... I must have like a million photos. Doing that? Oops! Oh, it broke. Alright. It was going to. I'm so used to other keyboards, you know? Or for other games. See, he agrees. Looks like bacon and sausages, yes. Like, every time I make them, they make me hungry, because I start thinking about food. Because I don't really, it's not because I don't like bacon, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I have bacon once or, you know, a couple times a year is like my treat, because it's not necessarily good for you. And it's one of those things that I imagine when I think about eating it or I eat it, it probably hangs off my sides and my front and my butt and all those other places that I don't want it to be. But then I start seeing bacon everywhere and I'm like, why torment myself by not having something that I like sometimes?
Yeah.
How about you? Is there something you really like? Like, food-wise?
Breed. Are you talking to me or someone in the chat? Because I'm really confused right now.
I'm talking to both of you. I just, I skip out, well, I'm not leaving the game, but, like, I just go to my menu to click out. But I was talking to both of you about it. Yeah. Are you a chocolate fan, Morg?
Pardon?
Are you a chocolate fan?
Yeah.
It's one of my other weaknesses. If I have chocolate in my house, I have to hide it.
Where are you making that farm?
Well, there was a little pond out here that I kind of built rows in, because for some reason the fields seem to grow better when there's like water in between. So I was just like, oh, I'll just do this.
There's water blocks under the dirt.
Oh, I know. You know, this area's just been here for a while, and it's close enough that I can just run over and do this, but it's not in the way in case we want to build more up there. So, yeah, if only gardening and planting and farming was this easy, you know? Are you watching? Trigger?
Watching? No.
Okay.
I didn't see any link for this.
Oh, it's in the gaming channel.
Gaming channel.
Yeah,
in the gaming club.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to flood the general with it.
Wow, so there's a whole server for the games.
Yeah, I know. I just know that Loki had downloaded the game too. I don't know. I think Morg might have to change it to set it so the creatures are a little bit more violent. Because right now it's kind of... it's kind of mild. Like, I've been out all
Do you
night.
want them?
I mean, right now it's kind of handy because we're building stuff, but... I don't know, I think Loki will get bored. I mean, if he got bored in 7 Days to Die, which was easy enough to do.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Trigger, I am gonna play 7 Days to Die with what's his face, Mycroft. I would play with you, but the thing is I can't without having a friend link on Steam, I can't connect to you. So.
Well, there's no server to connect to.
Yeah, I know, not the server, but I was just gonna do it on the single player.
Oh, okay. I think I deleted the game from my computer, so.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I just thought I'd offer, because I don't know, you seem to have fun on it, I don't know. I never really talked to you about it.
Well, before my internet service provider mysteriously decided to close my ports that they claim they know nothing about, they have no idea what's going on. I was working on building a custom map for 7 Days to Die to play on.
Oh, that's
and I was going to
cool.
try and find one of the mods that has a bunch of other guns in there. And basically what I was going to do is I was going to create camps, or forts, I should say, and then use that mod and then either make a team mod or find one where it'll actually assign people to teams. So you'd spawn in a specific area for your team. So if somebody joined, they'd pick a team, and then they would spawn in the corresponding area for that. And then it would just be a big, like, either 3 or 4 teams against each other, a capture flag game.
Oh, that's cool.
With the zombies, of course.
Well, yeah.
So I was going to make different difficulty levels, because you can add zombies from some of the mods, and you can turn the zombies to where they're running all day, so you can make it more challenging. So if it's a bunch of people who are good at playing that game anyway, then you can just increase the difficulty of the environment around them, not just the added difficulty of playing against other players. But I won't host it. Nobody wants to donate money to me, so I can't afford to host it. So
yeah, it makes me feel bad. Like I have nothing coming in right now. If I had at least a part-time job or something, I would definitely donate, because I know you guys are doing a lot of work on it.
Well, that's what I'm working on, a cartoon. I'm trying to get some free help on it right now. It's very labor intensive to build the backgrounds. I haven't even got to making the characters, let alone making the show.
Yeah.
So.
I really have to read more on this kind of stuff, because like I'd like to help you guys. I mean, my brother could probably help design stuff, but the thing is I don't know all of what he knows how to do. Like, I mean, he uses Second Life, and he's got that down to a pat, but like he could probably figure out a lot of the stuff that you're trying to do. But his problem is he's lazy. He'll do it for money.
I'm trying to make a cartoon, like an actual cartoon.
Yeah.
I don't know what Second Life would have to do with that.
Well, no, it's just creating characters and worlds and stuff like that. I mean, he could probably do background scenes if he's got like the right program to do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're doing more of a cartoon, that's more drawing than anything else. I can paint, but that would require me to scan it. Like, if you want me to paint backgrounds, I can do that.
I'm trying to make it less campy than, like, there are cartoons where they don't give a fuck, and they'll be completely different styles from the background to the foreground. Right? So, like, the old way of doing cartoons is really fun and interesting, but it's very labor intensive. So you have to storyboard your whole show, which I don't have that limitation because I'm using a computer-generated cartoon. So I'm making backgrounds for things that I know are going to be frequently occurring in my idea for the show. That's what I'm working on, and then as episode stories form, I'll have to make more I'll have to make backgrounds specifically for what's going on there. But in the cartoon like The Simpsons, right? So what they do is they have to draw all their backgrounds and all their characters, but their characters would be drawn on clear paper.
Yeah.
And you have to draw the characters in all the different positions.
Yeah.
Now, over time, depending, because there were some shows where they drew all of the characters. So then they ended up being very limited on what they could do because each character was showing up on there. So if you drew the character individually on a bunch of pages and basically every fucking position of movement you could think of, right, you would be able to save those and then just use them to pick which one you needed for the scene. But when you're first doing it, you know, that takes a very, very long time to do initially.
Yeah, it's not like South Park where they pretty much...
Well, I'm using the same program they use, actually.
Okay. Yeah, because they basically just, like, I think it was like up to season 3 they were using the same format, and then they just uploaded everything to that program.
No, the first season was made by Cardboard.
Yeah.
That's how they created all the characters out of Cardboard to create the first episode.
What style of cartoon characters are you going to use? Like,
I want them to be realistic. Like if you look at the characters that South Park uses, they are basically two circles with one lower body stand, like they don't have legs, and then they have arms.
Yeah.
And that's what virtually, except for the Canadians, where their heads are half circles. Right? So, you know.
Yep, I know.
They're not very realistic at all. I mean, obviously when they create characters based off of people who actually exist, sometimes they superimpose their face and then cut their head in half. Like when they're, I can't remember who it was. Alec Trebek, right? He's a Canadian. They took an actual picture of his face and just cut it in half, and they were using that. So that he talked the way that the Canadians talk. That's pretty funny. But yeah, they have different, like, some of them they have full-on CGI, like in the movie, the background for Hell is CGI, but the rest of it isn't. It's the 2D animation.
I always kind of found it amazing what they created with such a simple structure for it. Yeah, unfortunately, I've been programmed by anime, so a lot of my styles are like it's not like I can't draw other characters and things like that. It's just sometimes it comes in and I'm just like, no, that's not what I'm going for. Like, it's like comparing Marvel comic like cartoons to anime, and
well, the plus of anime cartoons is they basically have 3 or 4 poses for their characters. And then just flashing colors in the background for a lot of like their action sequences.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of movement in their characters that like compared to The Simpsons. The Simpsons has a lot of motion to the cartoon that anime just said fuck that.
Yeah.
They just don't care. They're like we don't want it. So that is an easier style, but if I ever think up something that would fit well in anime, I would do that, but I got nothing.
I
think the only show that I watched was Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, I keep meaning to go back and explore that one, but it's the thing with some certain animes, like they're so long.
Well, that's I don't know. I don't know if the cartoon is considered anime or not. I guess it is, but I don't know. I guess it depends who you ask.
All right, now it's working. Yo.
Hi, Grim.
What's this about anime?
Would Full Metal Alchemist, is that considered anime?
Hell yeah. It's literally anime, yeah.
Just so you know, Grim, I'm streaming.
All right.
You could say it's yeah. I'm supposed to be gearing this as like family friendly, but whatever.
She's targeting the children.
But I mean, this what I've got going on here is like I'm farming, and I keep forgetting I have to go check my YouTube because my chat doesn't show up.
Full Metal Alchemist is a good anime to get into, or for people to get into anime. It's a good show to watch.
It's the only one I ever watched.
Did you watch the original or the newer one?
The original.
It's actually a bit darker in some cases than the newer one.
Yeah. When did the new one come out?
Maybe 10 years ago now. I don't know.
I was gonna say, because the first one was like what one season in 2003 or 4 or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's the original one.
I'm actually gonna look this up because I don't know. Okay, so the second one came out in 2009. The original one came out in 2003.
Oh, alright.
I hope my spine
what about
around
Afro
is
Samurai?
reacting.
The Samuel L. Jackson show. I'm pretty sure that's considered anime. So that would be 2 that I've watched, if that one is considered anime.
Oh yeah, this is anime. It came out. The show came out in 2007. And there
Afro
was a
Samurai
film
is
in
awesome.
2009.
I have it all. I mean, because they had Samuel L. Jackson and Lucy Liu, right?
No.
And I like the whole concept behind it and everything. I thought the Afro Samurai himself, the way his character was drawn, was a little weird. He's like wiry yet muscle. It is. Japanese people, I swear. That's how they see black people because they're racist. Well, because if you look at like I forgot his name. Full Metal Alchemist, the main character, like he's muscular, but he's not all big, long, and wiry looking. Like he looks proportional, except for the fake arm.
Yeah, Edward.
Yeah, another one that's kind of weird in design, and I haven't really watched One Piece. I'm more of a fairy tale fan, but his style is kind of like that. Like he'll go from really wiry characters to like big and beefy or short.
Ooh.
I can't remember his name. I can look it up real quick. But
I've got Wikipedia right in front of me. Hold on.
Okay.
The writer of it was Ichiro Oda. I'm assuming they also drew the original comic. Now I know the name of the person who made Full Metal Alchemist. I should know the name off the top of my head.
Just like show something.
I forget his name. This is.
I'm thinking of a producer or director. No, it was like show something.
No, it's Hiromu Arakawa is the one who made Full Metal Alchemist.
The remake?
No, the guy who made the franchise.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Yeah, so this
Square
is
Enix.
yeah,
No,
this is the remake, and it's got his name on it. Click here for original. Sho Ayakawa.
Yeah, I
Sho
see
Ayakawa is the first one.
I guess he came up with the scripting for
The
the
successful.
show. Like, I don't know, the manga itself was written by, or the franchise and manga was all by this Arakawa dude. Arakawa.
I should totally watch Afro Samurai again. It'll inspire me. I wanted to learn how to make swords. I talked to a guy when I was in Japan, and he's like, "Yeah, that's not something I can teach you in a month." Well, screw you, then. It's like he said something like it took him 15 years to master the craft. It's like I ain't got that kind of time. I had to make me a sword, and somebody stole it. They also stole my Iraqi police uniform. People in California are douches. Don't ever go to California.
I have no intention.
Someone stole my
might
dog
have-
too on a separate occasion.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You might have better luck getting someone to teach you how to make a sword in the European style.
Oh, that's easy.
Well, yeah, it'll hold up more than the Japanese style anyway.
Well, yeah, but the beauty behind the craft and the putting the heavier metal inside so that you have the it's a lighter metal. It chips easier, but you can actually sharpen the blade more. Which is why they typically would use their sheath to block blows from a competing swordsman instead of, like the European style where they use their sword. So you could get a sharper edge on it and the perfect balance and all that stuff. You don't get that from the European style. It's more of an artistic weapon than anything. I wrote a short story.
Just better at killing.
Yeah, I researched that. Yeah, because I wrote a short story about a Viking raid getting lost at sea and landing in Japan during that time.
Yeah.
And so I was looking at it because I was trying to make it accurate. And so, in my story, the samurais eventually won, but they were initially just bum rushed by berserkers and just getting slaughtered. Nobody liked the story. It didn't even get published.
Oh.
I've only been able to get 2 poems published when I was in high school, with the help of my English teacher. And I was like, now I'm going to publish a book, and that never happened.
There's an anime about Vikings that's actually supposed to be pretty, like, not fantasy-ish, I think.
Yeah.
Let's try to find it. Because that just reminded me of something. Yeah, the Vikings would have... well, the Vikings did pretty well against European... Well, that was early European steel. I don't know if there are any instances of Vikings going head-to-head against European knights and actually faring well. Although, to be fair, William the Conqueror, who came to England with knights, was very much of Viking blood, even though he'd been kind of Francicized, Latinized in northern France for a while. So
You would think this answer would be easier to find. There's a lot of blog posts about it. What the difference is between anime and American cartoons? Like an actual logical breakdown of it, rather than autistic screeching on message boards on the internet of pro and anti-anime people. Because the Japanese people suck and they're all a bunch of cucks. Like, that's not an answer at all. Good job.
No. Maybe it's not an actual anime. I could have sworn it was, but you might be interested in this. Something called Vinland Saga.
Bye!
Oh, you're going?
That was fast.
Apparently.
He's gone.
That was fast. Yeah, I might stream for a little bit longer and then turn off the stream part anyway. I was pretty much doing it for him. Oh well.
Okay, so according to this, Diffin.com, American cartoon characters usually have features that are not relative to the rest of the body and therefore further from reality than anime. seems inaccurate.
Well, I would say, while the Japanese cartoons tend to have more exaggerated features, like different colored hair and everything,
Yeah.
I think they do actually tend to be more proportional to the body. Um, Not only that, but a lot of American cartoons, when you think of it, it tends to be something like simplified, like either South Park or like some of the Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network cartoons. You're going back into like
Well, like what is it? Like Futurama,
yeah,
but you had aliens, so obviously they're not human-like characteristics. But if you look at the aliens, they're completely proportional. The Simpsons is the same way. Family Guy, American Dad, Cleveland Show, which are all in the same vein. I'm trying to think. There are shows like I guess the Powerpuff Girls, where they have like really long legs and tiny bodies and big heads or something like that.
yeah.
Is that? I don't know if I'm thinking of the right thing. I don't know. Well, like, cause trying to think of cartoons other than South Park and the Family Guy and Simpsons universes.
Well, at least on the surface of it, about the raw animation itself, when it comes to like, I think anime tends to be a bit more detailed, at least when it comes to the people.
Yeah. Well, that's what it says. It has more
yeah.
distinct facial expressions and wide variations in physical characteristics.
You'll see
Which
more
I
commonality
totally
between.
agree with that.
Yeah.
That aspect of it. It's just the American characters are not realistic because their bodies are not relative to the rest to their heads. Seems a little odd. Whereas, but no, like you look at the anime characters, a lot of shows, you do have distinctly different people. It's not the copy and paste method.
Yeah. Of course, it also depends on the manga itself, because some are more stylized and simplified if it's like a comedy, or if it's like an action, it's more detailed. So in that case, you start getting into more like you'd be better off comparing manga to like comic books, really. You'll see that there are more similarities there, I would think.
Apparently, length is considered. Says
What?
animes tend to be 22 to 25 minutes per episode, where American cartoons can be 5 minutes to an hour. I don't know any hour-long cartoon shows.
I know anime season, well, OVAs, whatever the hell that we want to call them, they're like hour to an hour and a half. I've watched some. So, on the face of it, I know anime series that are, where the episodes are like an hour. So,
Yeah.
I would say most shows in general tend to be around the half hour mark.
Yeah.
So, this comparison's already sounding like garbage. Whoever wrote this.
Yeah, it's a website that literally its entire dedication is to comparing things.
Yeah.
So I think that's consider that is literally the purpose of their website. I think they should close their doors and
Yeah.
sell off their URL.
I would definitely say the Japanese have done more with animation as a medium than just American cartoons, because while the Japanese cartoons have a similarity to like Mickey Mouse exist, you don't see them as much, but you don't really see an American equivalent to like Berserk or Tokyo Ghoul or whatever the hell in animation. You'll see it in live action.
Right.
That's where we excel. We have live action through Hollywood. They have animation. That's how I would put it. Of course, in some ways, the older stuff we have, like Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, or Mickey Mouse, is more of a classic tint to it.
Well, what about like the '80s genre? Like I'm thinking like He-Man or like Thundercats. I mean, they weren't accurate, but they were definitely a lot more accurate than like Disney or Bugs Bunny. They're also sexist towards men, but you know.
This is the wrong place to bring that up, Jen. No one cares here. sexism is part and parcel of living in a Western society, or on planet Earth.
Well, in that,
I'm trying to
guess
think,
you
'cause I
start
want to
saying
make a
that's
cartoon,
more comic. Oh, sorry.
right? I want to make a cartoon.
Mm.
So, from what I know of anime, my cartoon doesn't work, and plus, I don't know what the difference would really be anyway. Right? I mean, what I'm working on or towards now, I don't see ending up in that area, but it doesn't mean I shouldn't explore and try to get an understanding of it, because it might be something that does actually work, and I'm just thinking of it incorrectly, I guess.
Well, there's something to be said too that when the lines start to get blurred, when you start having a very good example of this is Avatar: The Last Airbender, and sequel Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
Legend of Korra is an American show, but at least for I think season 2 or 3, it was animated by a Korean firm, and they have a lot of similarities in their animation style to anime. It's there's a name for it. I don't remember what it is, but anyway. You could probably find some autistic screeching about whether Last Airbender is anime or cartoon. So on the face of it, I would say it's an American cartoon because it's made in America, but there's a lot of heavy Eastern influence, and obviously just because it's literally set in the Eastern world. But then you get Teen Titans too. They literally had a Japanese opening song.
Right.
I remember that. And that was American cartoon based on comic books. So what's this cartoon you're planning going to be about? The Viking thing?
It's aimed towards children.
Mm.
It's going to be 3 kids who live in a world of where people are superheroes, right? But they're not. But they constantly, like, in the background of, so in the background something big and serious is going on. The superhero message, like they inadvertently save the superhero and save the day.
Yeah.
That's the general premise. Not giving too much.
So they're essentially going to make some badass normals just being caught up in life, and unfortunate.
They're going to be kids, and they're to not quite be aware of their effect on the world around them. And so basically, the superheroes are not going to be very good superheroes.
So is this going to be like, they're going to be like 10 years old, the kids, just be directed towards like a Toonami, not Toonami, the old Toonami audience for kids coming in after school, or what?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I would like to make something a little bit younger, because on the YouTube Kids, that's where the most money is, but I haven't been able to really think of anything.
Well, I can help bounce ideas if you want. Could be interesting.
Items. I don't want items.
It kind of reminds me of the setup to an anime I watched a while back. What is it? My Hero Academia or something like that?
Yeah.
In a world where pretty much everyone has superpowers, the kid is born without it. And it doesn't stay that way for long, but he has to, unlike most people who are born with their powers, he actually has to work for his. But near the start of it, he has none whatsoever, and he's rushing in to help people when he has none at all, and he gets the shit kicked out of him, stuff like that.
Yeah. I should rewatch Gargoyles. haven't seen that show since I was a kid. I want something aimed a little bit younger of a crowd than that, but encompassing that same crowd would be okay. Trying to strike that balance. Drawing these backgrounds is a headache and a half.
It's one thing I liked about anime more than cartoons was, at least from what I've seen, they're willing to show. I hesitate to say more mature content because there's an implication there. But I mean, they're like, in the original Pokemon, like, I can think of 2 occasions where people drew like a pistol, like a legit gun on Ash.
Yeah.
And that obviously wouldn't fly in an American cartoon directed towards kids. But the Japanese didn't mind. I don't know if it's that's changed any, but over there, but I don't think it has.
No, not really.
Of course, that was directed more towards kids who were already kind of used to the concept, like kids either in late elementary or middle school. It's not like toddlers or whatever, but I don't know. They weren't quite as coddling when it came to the cartoons in Japan.
Yeah, our country is very, very bad about that.
I remember that they pretty much nuked Gundam from air on Cartoon Network after 9/11 because it was about war.
It's weird.
Then they moved it to late time or whatever, and then it all just kind of died out. Used to be able to get the toys when I was really, really young, but I didn't last long.
Oh, this is taking forever. Like, I get zero solace knowing that once I do this, I don't have to do it again. I could just use the image, maybe make minor changes to it. But it takes forever.
Is this supposed to be one of the characters?
No.
No? Okay.
It's a little anime creator thing. Create an avatar.
Hmm.
I was trying to look at examples of here's something they're trying to sell me. Gwen Stefani has a cartoon. Oh, apparently she did. Did you know that?
No.
Harajuku. It's the name of Gwen Stefani's cartoon. And it might be a music video or something? I don't know. This article says it's a cartoon and that it's cultural appropriation. So take that as you will. Oh, it's a Nickelodeon show. Okay. But yeah, it is going to be a show. Or it is a show, or was a show.
Kuku Harajuku. Apparently she has an obsession with Japanese culture.
Yeah. Is that why the guy from Bush left her?
Mm. Jesus Christ, look at that art style. Ugh. Ugh. Here, there you go. There's the art style.
Yeah.
It is.
I can see your picture and raise you a trailer video.
Pass.
It looks like Bratz. Those fucking super slut Barbies. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I remember a very long time ago. Because those things have been out for a while now. When they very, very first came out, I was reading an article about how they were basically billed as Barbies for minorities. And I'm like, that's straight up racist. Like that, like there's no. You're like, look at these big eyes and all the makeup and the whore outfits. That's what we think minorities are. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Barbie's a fucking doctor and a horse rider, and she's got a mansion and a fucking Ferrari, and brats have mini skirts, tube tops, and too much makeup. Yeah, nothing racist about that. It's like you couldn't just make some more, like a wider range of minority Barbies, right? Because they have like the black female and the black Ken.
Yeah.
Couldn't have made like a Mexican and an Asian to go with that and call it a day?
Nope.
Racist everywhere. Oh. So there's this face recognition software where your facial expressions and your mouth movements are picked up and translated onto a character.
Mm-hmm.
There are some YouTubers who are using it, and they're using like the stock things. I'm trying to find one where I can create the character in the cartoon software that I have, do it in there, and then I could do the stuff. But a